So, good morning, campers. Today we're gonna see the Earth structure from ecology and geography. Well, for instance, the Earth structure is divided into several spherical and rocky layers, which means that it's overlapped between solid and liquid layers, which we're gonna see here. See, we have the crust. That's the uppermost layer. That's the one in which we walk. Then we get the upper mantle. Then from there we get to the mantle, which is kind of sort of liquidish. And then we get the outer core and the inner core. The inner core is solid and it's made from nickel and from iron. The outer core, it's liquid and it's made basically from the same material of the others. So up to the next thing, crust dynamics. Well, the crust dynamics are mostly about the plate tectonics and everything that moves in the planet. We get to divide them into internal and external forces. Okay, internal forces mean tectonism, movement of tectonic plates. This originates the volcanic movement, the earthquakes, and basically everything that makes the earth move. So, as you can see in the image, well, it's not really a realistic image, but it reenacts how the fractures are created by these movements. This could well enough be the plate tectonics or the tectonic plates overlapped. Okay, we got three types of plate boundaries. These are divergent, convergent, and transform. As you can see in the images, the divergent separate from each other. Okay, the convergent, they get close to each other, and from the transform, they split to the sides. It's like if they were kind of, well, just rubbing each other. Okay, from the movement of those plates, as I mentioned before, you also get the volcanoes. What do we get from volcanoes? Well, they have parts too, so we're gonna see what they are made of. As you know, volcanoes come from magma underneath that comes from the core of the earth. Okay, so we get the magma chamber. It gets to the top by putting itself through a lot of pressure, and it goes through the main vent, and then you have to get off from the secondary vents, the secondary cones, and to the crater, where when it erupts you get an ash cloud, ash itself, and then you get the flow. Not like the music, but then you get the flow. Okay, the external forces. These are the kind that you get in Mother Nature. As you can see in the images, I'm mentioning the type of the earth erosion or soil erosion caused by natural forces. This means the wind did its job. As you can see in the images from the right, there's a rock, and I mentioned there's wind charged with sand. Imagine this would be in the desert. What would the desert sand would do to a rock? Eventually, it would polish one of its faces. And then we see from time the rock's gonna rotate and it's gonna polish another face. Many of those rocks may end up as well as sand. And as you can see in the other images, that could be made from the waterfall or rainfall. When it drops, it's like that story they said about torture. If you get a little drop each second, then it will make a hole. Well, in this time, the hole is gonna be on the earth because of the river flow or something like that. Okay, So the Earth is also composed of solid groups of minerals and chemicals. Those, we're gonna call them rocks. Okay, there are three types of rocks. They're igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, we get the igneous, well, for instance, they come from fire, meaning they're dried up lava. Okay, so the sedimentary rocks, they're made from layers of the earth that they get stuck each other like a little sandwich, and they make the sedimentary rocks. They're made from various layers of the earth. Okay, for last part, we get the metamorphic rocks. Well, those are a combination of igneous and sedimentary rocks, and another types of minerals. So that's all for today. Hope you have a good day and see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, forgot. So we have the reference at last to those images, so you can come and visit those pages. Have a good day, kids. See you tomorrow.